listing. But before we get there, you work a lot with the sponsors. So the people that are ponying up the money to be at a trade show, at a conference. Is that money just going to sit on the sidelines, or are they looking to spend it? Is it one of those things where they've got to spend it by the end of the year and they're just not sure what to spend it on? Give us some insight into what are they thinking.
Exactly. This has been a fun topic, especially the last few months. I'm actually working on a case study because of how popular this question is. For the organizers, they're saying, where are our sponsors this year? What are we going to do? Mm-hmm. And sponsors and exhibitors are saying, where are we going to reallocate this? So to paint a picture, if you're working with, I work a lot with B2B and sometimes B2E. And what happens, especially if you're running marketing and business development, one thing to keep in mind is these sponsors and exhibitors don't walk into their office or come to their computer and acknowledge themselves as sponsors and exhibitors. They are business development, they are marketing managers, they are the account executives that have the decision as to where are they going to invest $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 into which platform. So that's the first shift that I throw out there, because again, if they're making a decision and running a marketing division, and let's say that you have a certain amount of budget, it's not that your event and travel budget is depleted, it's that it could be reallocated. And if you can uncover and ask those questions, hey, where are you reallocating those funds? What is working for you right now? How are you now attracting and getting in front of your audience? And if you can be that platform to get in front of them, or if you are a speaker sponsor, asking those questions to say, hey, you know what's working for me right now is jumping on these webinars, jumping on podcasts, and you have an audience. How can I get in front of your audience? Because if you're willing to reallocate those tactics, it's not that the budget's gone, mm-hmm. but when you approach a sponsor, and this is what's happening, hey, will you sponsor my event? Will you sponsor my virtual event? And I know this from doing this case study. It's very interesting. Their immediate thought is, oh, we don't have an event budget this year. We're not doing events this year. Yeah. Rather than having that shift and saying, hey, you know, how are you reallocating what's working for you? Where are you putting some of your digital and virtual marketing dollars? And they're going to talk. They're going to say, we're doing webinars, we're focusing on content, we're doing podcasts, we're doing whatever it may be. And then to see if there is alignment that you can create that into some sort of campaign. Mm-hmm. So what's working for you? How do you deliver your message best? So if you are an author, is there a way that you can distribute your book to their audience? That's a great touch point, like I mentioned earlier in the show, right? Yeah. So how can we shift those? And that's a big thing that's happening, and where I'm helping some clients, associations, they are so used to having a sponsorship package that only serves at the event. You get a 10 by 10 booth, you get opening remarks, you get a breakout session, you get to sponsor the, networking. And so what's happening is that's not a package. And so if you no longer have an in-person event, that opportunity is no longer there. So how can you create a win-win for your speakers, for your sponsors, for these sales teams that can introduce, let's say 90 days before the event, the week of the event, and post-event. Mm-hmm. And having kind of that mindset and what sort of tactics, that's just creating those sort of packages. And it's been fun and interesting to see how we can take that same $25,000 package, paint the picture to that company and say, look, this is what you paid us last year for 4 days. Mm-hmm. This is how we can convert that into really a 4-month campaign virtually.